Welcome to this channel. I'm Kusi Achampong. If you have been enjoying my videos, then please subscribe to this channel to receive notification whenever I upload a new video. Today I'm talking about infidelity in relationships. Many men assume that we are naturally promiscuous. See, God did not create man and many women. The fact that in the Old Testament men were allowed to marry more than one does not guarantee that we can marry several women. The law forbids us, when you go the Christian way, you're unable to marry more than one. Many men have swallowed the lie that we cannot stay with one woman the rest of our lives. So even though we want to be married to one woman, we still want to keep other women in our lives. At the office, we want to keep some women there. Students are kept as backups for some married men. And so we see that marriages are under attack because some people have arrogated themselves the power to choose beyond one. They have chosen one officially. Unofficially, they have several other women in their lives that they cannot do without. And this is causing problems in the marriage. And I think that this has to be dealt with. Otherwise, on your last day on earth, you may regret. But I don't want to regret some of these things. That's why today I'm talking about dealing with infidelity issues in marriages. What if you caught your husband with another woman? Not just standing under a tree and talking, having sex. What if you met your wife, not at the car park chatting with another man, but committing adultery with that man? These are issues that are confronting marriages because we have not committed ourselves totally to the person. And as Christians, we have not committed ourselves to being Christian by living the life of the Christian. We profess to be children of God, but in reality, we have made sin habit. So we are unable to cut ourselves from these things. And there's no difference between us and the unbelievers. This is why it's important that we'll deal with this issue. Infidelity can happen. You met that person in the office. Yes, she's a nice person. She's good to be around with. And you entertain her. You started talking about intimate things, and you knew where you were going, but you liked it and you enjoyed it, even though you had a wife and children. That student, yes, some of them are very beautiful. So you got attracted and went beyond being just a lecturer and became a lover of that student, forgetting that you have a wife and children at home. And when eventually you are caught, men begin to defend that a man cannot stay with one woman for the rest of his life. But can a woman stay with one man for the rest of her life? We never think about that. When a woman falls into adultery, the whole society, the community, the whole nation will come after that woman and lambast that woman. But when a man falls into adultery, then we begin to justify and give reasons why it is okay for a man to do that. And these are putting stress on marriages, telling children at home in the marriage that it's normal for the father to have several other women in their lives, but for the woman, it is not allowed or permitted. Infidelity is a sin before God, and it's not good. Infidelity in any marriage will strain the marriage. Trust is destroyed. And when trust is destroyed, it takes so many years to build trust. Somebody said, trust is built with drops of water, and it is destroyed when you just pour the full bucket of water away. So drops of water will take a lot of time to build that trust. And then within a second, you destroy that trust just because of your inability to control your libido. You must, as a family, as a husband and as a wife, you must decide that you're not going to allow anything, especially any other human being, to come into our marriage. You must avoid all forms of infidelity. But assuming infidelity has happened, what are we going to do about it? Forgiveness, I always say, is important. If the woman caught the man in adultery, that is infidelity. But we must forgive. Yes, the scripture says that if it is fornication, then you can divorce. But I want to say that forgiveness plays a major role. You must find the heart to forgive, especially if the offending partner really accepts what he or she has done. Because some people, they fall into infidelity and they accept that it was wrong and they plead for forgiveness. even though others will try to defend and justify why they did that. But if the offending person decides that, oh, I'm sorry, my wife, I'm sorry, my husband, it will never happen again. You have to have the heart to forgive. It's very difficult. I will not downplay that. It's very, very difficult, especially if you have to sleep with this person again. It's very, very difficult to have sex with someone you met defiling the your matrimonial bed. It's very difficult. But I think that that's where the grace of God comes in. You have to pray to God for God to help you in this matter. Forgiveness is key. And then better still, you go and do the medical checks. This person has gone outside a marital home to sleep with other people. You must ensure that he's not coming with any STIs, sexually transmitted infections. It's important. But like I said, forgiveness is key. And should I just preach about forgiveness? Yes, I am not a proponent of divorce. But otherwise, I think that when there's infidelity, we must sit together, especially if the offending part, the person who has offended spouse, has seen that what he or she did was wrong, sinful, bad, and seek for forgiveness. If he's seeking forgiveness, then I think that you consider that and forgive this person. Infidelity is a big deal in marriages. Don't entertain any third party in your marriage. Don't be so close to a third party, another person outside your husband or your wife, so close to share intimate things with a person to the point that you cannot do without talking to the person every day. You are married and you cannot do without talking to this third party every day. That is strange. We must get to that point where we are able to deal with these things. Otherwise, we put our family at risk, we put our marriage at risk. And the devil will help us destroy the marriage that we've built for so many years. This is Kusi Achampong. I'm happy if you enjoy this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed and hit on the notification bell if you want to be reminded all the time. God richly bless you.